to Deal in Kent to visit a community garden that was not only open to the public and to the gardeners, but also wide open to the elements.
We're here all the time, we love it. As soon as the sun's out, we're out here gardening. I'm Linda and I run Sandown Castle Community Garden Group in Deal. We started this group in 2015. It was my husband John and myself and Marlene Walker, and we come down here and do lots of community gardening. Our garden is about 1/4 of an acre and is a very natural garden because it's right by the coast, and we have a little boat, we have a wildflower bed, lots of terracing and a good view of the sea. We're on the east coast of Kent between the North Sea where it meets the English Channel. We have a lot of wind, we have a lot of salt spray, and the salt spray can sometimes go right over the garden. We don't let anything deter us here. We'll have a go at anything, and we don't give up. It was October the 18th, 2014, and my husband John wasn't very well, and we decided we were going to go and have a walk. And we got to this place, looked across, and John said to me, "That looks really sad and sorry. It was completely overgrown." And John said, "Somebody should do something about that." And I got this vision popped into my head with all these coloured flowers, and that's how it all started. So John decided that he would put a post on social media, which he did. And the one comment that stood in our mind was, if you don't like it, do something about it. And that's a bit like a red rag to a bull for me. And all those people who commented wanted to join the group. When we started the garden, we were finding things in skips and people were donating plants, giving us cuttings. Down here, we've got some lovely lavender. They came from someone's wedding tables. We have another plant, lovely agapanthus, that a lady donated. She used to meet her friend here many, many years ago, and sadly he passed away, so she wanted to bring something in memory of him. So we have a lot of plants like that. And every time I see them, I think of the person who gave them to me. When we set up, we had to think about our location. So we were looking at what could we grow here, what could we see visually with the tiers. You've got different tiered levels. The sea thrift was already here when we started. So what we did, we moved that to the front of the beds while we removed the grass because it was completely overgrown. Plants that work the best are really the lower sort of rockery type shrubs, sedums and those sorts of things. These lovely blue geraniums, they work very well. The catmint works well. We've got these lovely cowslips. And the London Pride, I remember when I was little, I used to really go in and examine them right inside. I think they look like little ice gems. They're just so vibrant. I like the colours, the yellows in with the pinks, in with the purples, in with the blues. It's just a whole splash of colour. It makes me feel happy.
I'm Bessie. I've been coming here for about 4 years or so, having a dig and putting a few flowers in and hoping a few more wild ones will come, because this bed is for the wildflowers to come to, and so to encourage the bees and the butterflies, and which we do get quite a few butterflies and bees here. We've got some firebugs, what they call firebugs, little red bugs, and none of us had actually ever seen these bugs before, so that was quite good. We were quite pleased with that we had something that was a little bit rare. Because I live on my own, it's contact with the outside world. And to me, that's probably more important than actually planting the plants.
I'm Marlene, and my particular role today is to plant the succulents in the walls. What I do is just generally make it nice and soft. Then I get some nice new fresh compost so that the roots have got something to bite at. Now, this large piece on the side, we don't need. It's an old flower, and what we want is all the energy to go into the plant. So we'll take that off, and then you push and push and push into the new compost so that it's in good contact with it, because it's nice and big, and then we secure it with some stones, pebbles, anything to keep it really secure. They're a very nice group of people. We've got a few people that's with us now that are down from London, living with us, joined in the community, and they are fantastic company. Work hard with us, and it's just a lovely area to be.
I've got a lovely, lovely sedum here. And the way we planted this was we wanted the effect of it looking like a waterfall. So we've taken it down so it flows down the sides, and it looks really stunning against the pink sea thrift. I just like how it's all planted, how one thing merges into another. It's just like a painting. This is a Lampranthus. It's one of my favourite plants. This one's going to end up around the garden, and we'll do some cuttings. So we'll break them off here. We'll pop them in some compost and potting grit and pot them in the greenhouse until they get going, and then we'll come and start putting them around the walls. My husband has a really important role here. He likes watering, and even though he can't manage to get around very much these days, he loves to water from his rollator. My husband wasn't very well, and we weren't in a very good place mentally, and he wasn't physically, but starting this garden has made a huge difference. It's filled a void, it's given us hope that things will improve, and things have improved. We get so many nice comments from people coming to visit. They appreciate it, we love doing it, and we all have a lot of fun. It means everything.
I love the way that they've gone with the landscape. They haven't tried to impose a garden on it. And of course, there's the fact that community gardens are about so much more than horticulture, clearly doing a lot of good to a lot of people.